In Lost Records Bloom and Rage Tape 1, there are a number of different achievements that you can get. Some are easier, some are more challenging. I figured while I'm kind of hard at work figuring out all the consequences and figuring out all the love points and different things like that, might as well show you all the achievements that you can get too. So the first achievement that you can technically get is called the Silent Protagonist. And all you have to do is stay silent 3 times. Most likely, naturally, you're going to do this at some point in the game, so this is an easy achievement to get. But the first time you could technically do that is with your mom in the car.
You're spacing out again. Earth to Swan.
Now, you may not want to do that with mom because mom does actually have kind of a hidden point system of some sort that I'm working out. So, just know you can get this here. The next one you'll definitely get is Schrödinger's cat.
You'd rather converse with that cat than with us. What did you call him?
And all you got to do there is name the cat, which is required. Another one you can get at any point, but technically you can get it as soon as you get out of the car, is called Once More with Feeling. And all you got to do here is reminisce 10 times. Technically, there are only 8 things outside of the car that say reminisce. You got the first billboard here, the second billboard, the boat, the truck, the car. Notice the car says examine, even though it seems like it's a reminisce moment. The beer can also says examine, even though it's sort of a reminisce moment. One of these will actually not count toward the achievement goal of 10. I don't know which one. I haven't tested that. You can do that if you'd like. The banner, the payphone, the fence, the motorcycle. And if you go inside to the bulletin board, you can look at one of the flyers to reminisce, and this is the last technical one that's available in this scene. You can, however, look at achievements a second time or a third time and get it to work as seen on my first playthrough. I reminisced 10 times. The next achievement you can get is Gordon, it's 10:10. When you start scene 3, Swan is going to enter her room for the first time, all those magical feelings I felt, maybe you felt too. And if you look at her alarm clock, it'll say approximately 10:07, depending on when you get there. But as soon as the clock hits 10:10, if you look at it, you will get this achievement. If you missed it, not to worry, you can get it again in scene 14 when you're back in Swan's room. After you're done calling your friend, you'll be able to walk around your room a bit. You'll have more time to kill, but you can technically do it here too. Now, quick thing to do before you do anything else in here, pet the cat because it contributes to another achievement called Geez-o-Meow. In this achievement, you have to pet your cat on 2 different days. So you can pet the cat twice in this room, once on the trunk, once on the bed. Sometimes the bed's a little bit glitchy. Just make sure to pet it at least once in one location here to make it easier for you to get that achievement later.
You're so cute, buddy.
Now, the next achievements are all related to your collectible footage, your memoirs, editing, and that whole situation. A lot of these will happen naturally throughout the game, but you can technically get a lot of them right now by kind of manually doing some stuff. Starting by this first one, you're going to be prompted to take a memoir of your cat, take a couple shots, and then you can watch it. When you watch it, you'll automatically get the Directorial Debut achievement. Now, the game progresses you to finding different things in your room, taking different shots, etc. And when you do, you can easily go into the cat memoir or the My Room memoir and reorder the footage based on the instructions it gives. As soon as you do, you'll get the editor achievement for reordering the shots. As soon as that's done, your cat's going to go to the window and see a bird, prompting you to film your first collectible. Here, you'll automatically get the blank tape achievement for shooting it. Now, of course, your memoirs always say how many shots are needed to complete it. Each of those required shots typically need to be a different type of a subject. So for example, if you record a bunch of different cat scratches in your room or a bunch of different cat toys in your room, it's only going to record one cat scratch and one cat toy as a part of the required shots that are needed. The different versions of those cat scratches can then be replaced into your edit to be used instead of the one that was automatically chosen. So if you did that and you replaced one of the shots, you'll get the Memory Remix achievement. And then if you took too many shots, like I did on my first playthrough, or storage, just delete them. The producer's cut will be awarded to you as soon as you do. Okay, we're almost done with these memoir achievements, getting to the good stuff coming up soon. This next one, the director's cut, you have to watch one of your memoirs and then come back and edit the footage in any way. You just reorder something or replace footage, it doesn't matter. And you'll get this achievement then. And lastly, as long as you've taken 10 shots, just mark them all as favorites here, whether you liked them or not, and you will get the Cinema Paradiso achievement. Now, you can unfavorite them, and that's not going to work against you, but, just get it right away. Knock it off the list so you don't forget about it. Now, there still are a couple more achievements related to memoirs and footage, but they come later, so we'll talk about that then. Okay, next up, you're back in the Blue Spruce after being in Swan's room for the first time. As soon as you're done with Gus, the bartender, before going to the bathroom, turn around and go to the booth way in the back. Now, if you haven't played this game yet, you won't know why this booth is here and why it's significant, which you shouldn't be watching this video because it's going to have spoilers. But if you have played, you know that Autumn's in the bathroom right now and she probably didn't bring her stuff with her. So go back to the booth and you'll see a bag with a box in it. Now, if you face the box and zoom in with whatever your controller does to zoom, as long as you hold it a little bit and, have it kind of centered, you'll get the Chekhov's gun achievement. Okay, this next set of achievements I completely missed on my first playthrough. Not just the achievements, but the whole situation. But in scene 5 at the movie palace, once you're able to move around, you can come over to this ladder, climb up. You probably already know this, unlike I did on my first playthrough because I was too obsessed with my camera. Anyway, you go up the ladder and then you look at this table and there will be a D20, a D&D, a 20-sided dice. And you just click the roll button until you get the 20. Now, the first time I did this, it took forever to get a 20. The next 2 times, it was twice. I don't know. It was interesting. So just keep going. You'll eventually get it. And when you do, you'll get the critical role achievement. Now, another thing that I missed, which is brilliant, is you can go over to the side of the building. You can either do this with Autumn and Nora or Dylan and Corey. Notice when you go up to them, you'll have the option to imitate them. You can imitate them right away, but to get this achievement, you actually have to be recording, like actually recording the imitation happening. And when you do, you get the achievement Dub and Dubber, which is so cute. Now, technically, I don't like to do this achievement right now. Same with the D20 because I want to get my slushie from the Yooper Scooper. And it's really hard to get up on the roof and down and still make it in time to get that slushie. So I like to do this with an achievement you get later down the road that you have to do within collectible mode called Documentary Filmmaker. And for here, what you have to do is record a new subject while in collectible mode. So you could technically finish this scene and continue on with the next and then just right away go into collectible mode, come back to this scene. Don't choose story mode or you're going to have to do it again, but go back to collectible mode and then go over to them. You already got your slushie. Now you can do the other achievements. That's kind of how I like to play it. Again, technically you can do this with anything. So this is just an example, but go over to one of them. I like to do Corey and Dylan for some reason and record them here. And because they are a new subject within collectible mode, you haven't gotten it before, you'll get the Documentary Filmmaker achievement. Now you could see here that what I did is I got that one as I was imitating them. That one popped first because they were a new subject. And then I kind of like quickly record again, like, record to be able to then get the imitation that was happening. Now, technically you can get this next achievement called Home Movie at mostly any time in the game from here on out, because all it requires you to do is to finish a collectible memoir in itself. I think the easiest one to do this with is graffiti because especially in scene 5, you have so much opportunity to get graffiti that you'll definitely get the 10 required. Now, the next achievement that you'll get is in scene 7 when you're back from the playground and you're sitting with the 2022 Autumn at your table. You get this achievement by looking at Autumn's keys. Now, there are 3 different scenarios of what can happen with the keys when you're in the playground, but Autumn always has the same keychain. So I know that the story changed and there's other consequences related to it, but I don't understand what it has to do with this keychain. Like I was expecting maybe the keychain to be broken or chipped or not there at all or something, but you'll get the achievement regardless. The next achievement you'll get no matter what after you finish Autumn's interview in scene 7. Once you come back into the bar and Gus is really busy, the New Beginnings achievement will pop. Now you can also get another achievement right here. If you kind of look over on the counter, there will be a little container of peanuts. Never eat those peanuts. It is so unsanitary and gross. So just think of all the fingers being in them, which is exactly what the developers at Lost Records decided to and no to. Not decided, no. Because if you were to go to the peanuts and eat them, you will get the Patient Zero achievement. Now, you can only get this achievement if you interact with those peanuts twice. The first time she's like, no.
Gross.
And the second time she's like, okay, whatever.
Screw it.
You're in the garage for the first time. Again, magical feelings. Once you're able to kind of move Swan around, you could do this at any point while you're in here, but you can do it right away if you just turn to the right and pick up the Moo Box. Now, if you're not familiar with a Moo Box, what you do is you flip it upside down, and then when you turn it right back up, it moves. Okay, so just do that with your controls and you'll get the Moo achievement. Okay, skipping over to scene 10, lights, camera, action. You can actually get one of the harder achievements. It's not really harder. It's just like more of a mystery, I guess, if you like don't think it through or whatever, you're not planning on playing again. Because you need the information that you get toward the end of the game to, I guess, inform what you need to do here. So you kind of feel like, oh, there's no way to do it, but there is. And it's the love lock. When Swan comes over to the fence, you'll see that you can look at the Dylan and Corey love lock, and you'll notice it's a 4-number combination. Skipping forward a little bit, in scene 24, when you're looking for the combination for a different lock, you will find Corey's stuff that you can search through. And on here, there is a photograph. If you flip the Polaroid over, you'll see a date, an anniversary of Corey and Dylan. If you enter that into this combination, 08 for August, 27 for the dates. It's US version, of course, 0827. You will open up that lock. Now, you can't take it off, which I really desperately want to do, but you will get the Heartbreak Achievement. But once you're kind of like, exploring the land a little bit, you're in a new location with your friends. Have a little moment of calm, but when you're ready, go over to the cairn, examine it, then turn to your left, pick up that stone, and then place it at the top of the cairn, and you'll get the Jusant. I don't know if I said that right. Achievement. Again, my 5th grade French does not apply to the current day. Okay, now finally in scene 14, when you phone a friend, you'll have that opportunity to pet your cat on a second day. So after you close the trunk, after getting your party or your camping gear, you'll close it and then the cat will jump back up and you'll have that opportunity to pet the cat and get that Geez-o-Meow Achievement. And it's also just so cute. Okay, the next achievement is very dark. In scene 20, when you're playing Truth or Dare, you will have the opportunity to pick either a truth or a dare. You must pick dare to get the achievement.
Dare.
No matter what, you'll get the dare here to play Bloody Mary in the outhouse. Terrifying. I was way more scared than I should have been in my first playthrough. Let's just say that. Now, if you haven't done or seen this yet, it's not that simple to just choose dare and do Bloody Mary because you'll say it the typical 3 times, but it doesn't work. And the achievement requires you to go all the way through with the Bloody Mary, okay? So Kat suggests 13 times, so you have to do it again and again and again. And then finally, when you get all the way through, it will say last one on that one. If you do the last one, go through all the scary stuff, you will get the Here's Mary achievements. Never again. Next achievement's an easy one you get no matter what. After completing scene 21, The Abyss, you'll get the Abyss achievement. Easy. But this one's a fun one. When you're trying to get power in scene 24 to all of your equipment so you can put on your big show, if you go to the breaker panel and not worry about turning it on and instead flip all the switches to red, you will get an achievement here. Now you can actually achieve this in 3 clicks. First click here, and then here, and then here, and you're done, which will cause a catastrophic event. The whole blue spruce loses power, and then nothing else comes from it. The power goes on, it's restored, and you're back to where you started when you first were looking at this panel. But you will get the lights out achievement, and that's all that matters. Now, I saved these 2 achievements for the end here because they take a lot of effort. You have to really use your camera and take a lot of collectible footage, really finding very specific footage along the way. Let me know if you want a guide for memoir footage. So if you get 20% of the collectibles that the actual memoirs complete, you'll get the double feature achievement once you finish that last collectible memoir. Okay, the whole thing, not just 20% of all photos, but 20% of the total of the memoirs themselves that are done. You'll get the collector's edition when 50% of all collectible memoirs are done. Now, this is really hard because there are some memoirs that are more challenging to get than others. For example, birds. There are some birds that are pretty rare. You can get both of these though if you go back into collectible mode and then find the things that you are missing. So again, let me know if you want a guide for those. Now, finishing up the game as sad as you are, as soon as you hit next, after you get the results screen, you're going to get these 2 achievements that will pop. The first one being the last note when you finish chapter 25. And then quickly to follow, you'll get tape 1 bloom, which is when you finish tape 1. Same thing. I can't wait to see what's coming for tape 2 if it's not already out. But all the consequence videos and everything like that are coming. If they're already not out, they might be out too. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already so you're notified when they are. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.